David hunts,
I can change my skin.
then skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date.
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did phone
On Valentine's Day.
Ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I?
He was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Well, Vasco viewers, what's up? So we're starting off here with Claire now. They want us to do, I suppose. Act 3 it is. Okay, well, let's do it. So I guess we'll start with Claire then, man. What she want? The arrest report says Claire killed David. I've underlined something to ask her about. Ooh. I wonder if Bryce buried David? What happened with Ben? Ask patients about the paper spike. Too much to do today. Well, okay.
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor?
Well, apparently you know. She be killing folks. I might as well ask her how she doing.
I've been to the lake house regularly, keeping an eye on David. I saw the girl again, the one I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
She was playing outside.
I hope you left her alone. Have you seen your arrest report?
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away.
Okay. I can't fire fast enough. The report says you were arrested for murder?
That's what it says. I can see you're confused.
Yup.
The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
Is this woman crazy? Oh, goodness. Which one? How could you have a funeral if he's not dead?
He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
Hold up. Do I need to talk to these folk? I don't care. One at a time, I don't even much care. Which patient was a pallbearer?
Bryce was a pallbearer for David. He's also a grave digger, I believe.
That don't mean I have to go ask him this, does it? Man, this is bull.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Ooh, did Claire ask you to do something with David's body? Oh, goodness.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Well, okay then. Let's go back and see what Claire got to say for herself. Didn't I ask her how she knew Bryce already?
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
Oh, trifling. Did you intend to fatally wound him? Yeah, let's completely skip everything we were just talking about. Let's go back to I mean, he's supposed to be dead, right?
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore, which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him.
What does that mean?
It was about a week later. I brought David back to life.
Oh my gosh, she
Not
is
with
crazy.
voodoo, not with virginal sacrifice.
Cause you ain't.
I just willed it to happen, and it did.
Man, you crazy.
Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried. He says once you're in the ground, there's no coming back. But until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
What? I want to know a little bit more. Did you resurrect? Well, of course she did, or she thinks she did, obviously. Oh, she's a necrophiliac.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
No, you're not. What were the results of David's resurrection?
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead.
What?
Important bits.
Right?
So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem.
I bet he's an animal in bed, though, huh, ain't he? What problem do you have?
I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
What can I do? I'm just someone who sits in a chair and listens to whiny, grown babies all day. But how can I help?
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder. To lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer. But I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
If you bring your husband in, I believe it. Oh my God, I gotta answer one of these questions. Well, I can't let her know I'm on to her, so I'm gonna tell her no.
Thank you, Doctor. So then you'll help me. You'll say I was temporarily insane.
Temporarily? Probably not. I'ma say no again.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did.
Ooh, that's no. What else did Dekker want?
Dr. Dekker teased me mercilessly about my electability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl.
Ooh. What girl? What girl? Oh, she crazy.
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house.
Oh my
Just for
god.
me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
I don't understand. So Dekker had the woman whom Claire's husband was cheating on Claire with, had her dead, tied up in his basement, waiting for Claire to come reanimate her. Is that what was just said? Oh God, I hope so. Or else I'm crazy. Did you help Iris?
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her.
What?
I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way.
Okay. So what changed his mind?
Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David wasn't dead, so I took him to the lake house. He saw that I was telling the truth. I can take you to see him too, if you like.
Yes.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Yes.
Very well. In our next session.
Good. Why would I... Oh my God. I'm done with her. We're done then, right? Yeah. Well, okay, Claire. I am done with you for today because I'm not going to say nothing. So how is it possible David was brought back to life? It's all going to be explained in the next session. Is she lying about Dekker? You know, it'll be explained in the next session. Well, this right here. Did you speak to the girl at the lake house? This is what I'll ask her because the other two will get explained at the next session.
I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
Okay. What'd she do with a fish?
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
You gotta get out of my office. Claire, you done for today? We're gonna start at the beginning of the list. Let's go to Nathan. Nathan, how you doing, man? How you doing today?
I burned Hannah's rocking chair.
Good for
The
you.
day moved forward. It was
Nice.
a good choice.
Yeah?
I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin,
What?
but I gave in.
Shall we talk about Hannah?
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
Good.
Thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
What did and I did, what? Did you follow what I said?
I signed up for a dating website. It's a bit easy, to be honest. If I message something they don't like, I change it when the day replays. It's not very honest.
No one likes honesty these days, don't worry about it. Why isn't it honest?
If I'm being honest, I'd probably rather ask out one of the patients I've seen here. The friendly redhead with the accent.
Did he really say what? All y'all got accents, man. I don't even know what that means. Okay, so, what happened with the Salvation Army bin?
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're
Why?
like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
Why would you have done that? That was like the last thing you probably should. You stupid? Did you read the diary at all?
I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me.
Oh.
That she was going to break off the engagement.
What?
That she didn't love me anymore.
That
I
bitch.
regretted it.
Why? It allows you to get over her. Whole lot easier, a whole lot faster. Go take a tinkle on her grave. So, what do you regret, though?
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different.
Right.
I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Insurance, fully covered all that, right? Right, okay, then yeah, go for it, player, do it. All right, now, do you know about the paper spike that I have no idea about?
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
You stupid. I want to see this paper spike. So, what else can you tell me about Dekker then?
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
Right. What problems did Dekker give you?
I started out with depression.
Huh?
Now I seem to repeat days.
For
Even
real?
if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
I don't even know how to address what you just said. So, why was Dekker crazy, though?
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me.
What?
Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
Okay. How did Dekker curse you? He'd be using voodoo and such.
Ah, the curse. Or remembered. I was hoping you'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
That's on you then. So why did you believe Dekker?
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He
You don't
laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
What? What does that mean? What demonstration?
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere.
Huh?
And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
Oh my god, this guy was the demon. So, you remember the flame even though he hypnotized you, you crazy fool?
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
Why were you scared, you little girly man?
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again. But I couldn't talk to him about it. Because he'd know.
Okay. Why did Dekker want you to forget then?
He'd become bored of me. So I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore.
You're
So I got
boring.
basic therapist.
What's a basic therapist?
He told me lots of people get depression. To become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Huh? I don't even know the answer. Jaya is a receptionist. Do you know Jaya well?
Jaya was a great listener. Much better than Dr. Dekker. I think she would have made a great psychiatrist. Do you know he tried to fire her?
No. I mean, yeah. Did I? I don't know. I do now. I mean, I guess I do. Let me know something, man. Dr. Dekker fired Jaya?
Yeah, he fired her. Jaya told me about it. You should ask her.
I thought I did. Did you kill Dekker so you wouldn't have to suffer through repeat days? Oh, I'm gonna ask him this.
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible. I don't know who did.
Well, okay, Nathan, that's it for today. Get your ass up out my office. Mariana, what about? You ready for today? Okay. How you doing?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
You pay me
It's
too.
rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
How is it rent day? I bet it's rent day because he came back. He's like, you're supposed to pay me 2 months ago. I kick you out today, you don't pay. So it's rent day.
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Her mom. Oh, you had any more blackouts?
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today.
Huh?
Do you want to come with me to the beach?
No. I thought you said that in the last session that you hadn't been since the last session, and I thought I told you in the last session. Isn't someone supposed to watch her sleep? I don't know. I don't remember. But she crazy, y'all. So do you know anything about the paper spike?
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
Okay.
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my
Really?
checks are fine though, don't worry.
Lie. Oh, she's a free spirit and ain't got no money. Do you have money problems?
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
I don't know, but I swear you've said that you don't drink. And you just said guys buy you drinks. You got to specify. Do you often go to bars and restaurants? Dude, she's told us this. She's told us this.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
Heard that. So, you dislike crowds, but visit nightclubs, you dirty thing, you little ratchet.
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
Oh, she's like slinking down and does repetitive movements. So, why slink?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me
I bet.
wherever I go. It's creepy.
No, it's not.
I don't want everyone seeing that.
I mean, I've never done it, but it's obvious. Like, do you not understand? You messing with someone's emotions. He's got to get that out every 24 hours, and you making him think, yeah, I'll help you unload that. He's thinking, oh, you gonna help me dump this load. You gonna give me somewhere to dump this load at. Crazy. So where do these people follow you?
They follow me wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
To a dark alley? Behind a dumpster? I don't know. What happens after people follow you?
It depends where they follow me.
Uh-oh.
If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave.
What?
Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
How many drinks do you get someone to buy you, or do they like roofie you and you've got this tolerance now, right? But like, what happens though? Like, you be doing cocaine and such. I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, huh? What do you mean they disappear?
They don't just disappear into thin air. I think they return to the place I found them. But I've not run into the same person twice.
Okay. So if she's gonna go to the beach, maybe someone should come with her to the beach.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine.
What does that mean? Alright, I'm done with you, Mariana. Adi. Next. Elin? How you doing today, girl? What's up? You wearing the same clothes? Isn't that like the same clothes she's had on the entire game? Seems like it. I don't know, though.
I'm okay, I suppose. Work's fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's Terry. I feel a bit sad, to be honest.
Oh, you
I
poor
gave all my
thing.
keepsakes back.
So, I don't care. That don't bother me none. So why you feel so
I
sad?
know it's silly, but those things meant a lot to me. They were reminders that I'd helped those people.
Right. They probably just don't pay you enough. You're like, man, that was supposed to be an extra pair of them Gucci's. You know, like I wanted to get me, I wanted to go to Italy, make me like a big old shopping trip, right? So, I gotta ask you about two peoples. Let's start with Turi. How's Turi?
Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something.
So why'd you give the keepsakes back again?
Well, I thought about it, and well, I know you said it was okay that I should keep them, but
I didn't say it.
maybe
guess
it
I
did
said
look a bit suspicious. Me having things that have belonged to patients who've died in my care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea about me. The locket, the watch, the ring, even the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me. I wasn't supposed to mention her.
Did she just say Sarah Dekker?
Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago. Hilda's nearing the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a vicious scratch yesterday.
That bitch! Why did Hilda scratch you? You poor thing.
It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know. I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left. You know the answer to that, Doctor.
You gonna change?
What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better?
Pull the plug when no one's looking.
Seriously? No! That isn't what I meant.
Uh-huh, you gonna kill her. You know you gonna kill her. You gonna kill her dead. Are you gonna pretend to be Hilda's daughter tonight then, you old crazy thing?
That's the plan. I know. It sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could prove it to you somehow.
Do it.
We could try shifting now.
I wanna see it.
Think of someone you really love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't think it's gonna work. On the bright side, that probably means you're not gonna die anytime soon.
How does, what the, huh? But I don't even, I don't get it. What do you say when you shift?
It's tricky. I mean, I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad. But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them.
Man, what is that?
I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but it's got to be better than the reality.
I don't know. Why bother shifting if patients know it's not the truth?
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
I don't know what you're doing. I don't want to answer that. I'm going to ask you about this paper spike.
It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike.
Why's she smiling now? Oh, lordy loads. Why is it weird the paper spike was used?
Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. Yeah, this bit here between his thumb and his finger.
Oh,
He said
no.
he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any.
Right there's where my hands are messed up the most. All the muscles right there are messed up bad. Only got like X amount of time every single time I start using them, until they feel like they're about to just tear apart, and it's just too much. So, back to the story. Why wasn't there any blood from the paper spike?
I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real.
How do you know the spike was real?
Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it. He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't.
Ooh, Dr. Dekker was a demon. I don't wanna say any of those. She asked me if I think shifting is wrong. I should answer yes or no. Answer this. Man, I'm gonna say no.
Good. Because I really
Get
feel
off
this is
me!
something I have to do.
What you all up in the screen like that for? I don't like you like that. What didn't you want me to know about? Why didn't you want me to know about Sarah Dekker?
It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it.
Okay, I probably don't care anymore. Oh, I'm sure she knew there was a mother.
Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him. I knew she was dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are.
Yay! Good for you.
I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't interested. It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like it wasn't important. He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry, your assistant.
Did she just say take care of it for me? Oh, Lordy. Oh, she killed his mammy.
It was about the second, third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a good person, that I wanted to help people, and that I should think really hard about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting.
Okay. So was it his idea for you to shift?
All Dr. Dekker did was encourage me to think. But the shifting, that's all me.
Good for you.
And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for.
Okay. Oh, this is all too deep right now on this. Ooh. This is what I want to know.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know what an empath is. I should probably Google it sometime.
Really? Did you shift for Sarah?
I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind.
What? Okay, I think I'm... How's your
My
mom's
mum's
side?
got these spirit guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
You a hoe? Ooh, you dirty like that. Ooh. I don't care about... why did you say I'm not gonna die soon?
As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria.
Okay, crazy. Get out of my office. Bryce? What up, man?
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation.
What?
I'm assuming you don't know what it's like.
What?
Do you have an extra hour, Doctor?
No, I don't.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour. A
What?
hooded figure.
For
Watching me and following me.
Look out!
I followed it too.
What'd it do? I want to know. Tell me about... Who is the hooded figure?
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you.
Man, you crazy.
That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead.
Uh-oh.
I need to talk to you about him.
Let me know. Why would the military be following you? What else can you tell me about Dekker then?
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
What was it? What did you see in the basement?
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before. So I began spying on him at home.
For real?
One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped
And?
past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Oh, snap. That would be Iris, right? That'd be Iris. Oh, shibby. That's how she got out. What'd you do with the chain girl?
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Okay. So where'd you follow this hooded figure then?
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations.
Like what?
A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like,
really?
It's testing me.
That stuff gets your attention that hard, huh? Okay. Tell me about that bedroom window then, you dirty, nasty boy.
I looked in.
Ooh!
Watching other people is somehow built into our genes, Doctor.
Not like that.
There was an old woman in bed.
Ugh!
I went inside. Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
Why would you want to, right? The milk's gone bad. Ugh. Open till? I want to know what an open till is.
I did nothing. I'm not stealing any more.
But you did, though. You did steal. Why? Tell me, okay, tell me about the bar brawl.
I split the brawl up.
What'd you do, just 180 everybody? Make them face another direction? And those are quick answers. Why would the military be following you?
I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
What do you want?
Would you tell Jessica I love her?
What?
She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please, don't look at it.
It's got all the naked photos on it. Oh, naked children on it. Oh, he nasty. He's super duper nasty. Tell me about this paper spike.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Okay. I forget who this Jessica is. Why did you say aft port side?
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
So this Jessica, have you seen her again?
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected.
That she knows of. Yo, extra hour, you nasty. Maybe you should try talking to Jessica.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females. But I'm still in awe of her, really.
Please.
I will think about it, though.
Well, she ain't nothing. I ain't gonna ask you about your job, cause no 2 men should discuss their jobs, man. I don't talk about my slave days, shoot. Be slaving away. I don't want to talk about that when I'm free. Crazy. Now on to the next one. Who's after Jaya? Oh, goodness gracious, we got some folks today, y'all. Jaya. What up, bit? How you today?
I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling.
Okay.
I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
No. Not at all. Why you be saying that? Why would I want... Am I really asking that question?
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
Home visits, though, you say?
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Mariana. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. But no, she gonna come in here to sleep in front of me, is all I'm saying. Are you spying on me, you crazy?
Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak. Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
Word up. What was Dr. Dekker helping or hindering?
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things.
How did he lose sight of things?
I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
For real? Like, for real? What was it? What was the definite turning point for Dekker?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope you deal with it better.
Hold on. I don't like the way you be saying stuff. Shall we be talking grief today? I think we have.
Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today?
I could swear I started out this way. Or that way. So what's up with Ben?
I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
Oh God. He just got paid to murder somebody. What did Ben
He
see?
thought he saw a creature
Uh-oh.
coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth.
Oh goodness.
At least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
Oh, this is getting crazy, y'all. Stuff coming out of his mouth. Ew. So anything else to share about Dekker?
I honestly think that you're curing me with all this grief counselling. You know, we don't really have to talk about Dr. Dekker from now on if you don't want to. We had a connection, but it's gone now.
Okay. What connection?
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
She don't. Oh Lord. Is Mariana competition for you?
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Mm-hmm. Every woman's competing with every woman everywhere. Let's be real about it. Let's be real. So, why was it a stronger connection?
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
Never heard of it.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
Think I'll pass on that one. So, what is psychokinesis?
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
I don't understand what you just said. Frankly, I don't think you're funny. So do you believe in psychokinesis?
Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously. If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck, just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do.
Aight. What approach then? What approach?
How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
I force them to show me how they use their powers. And when it doesn't work, be like, well, what had happened? I thought you was something. So, I'm going to say encourage their powers.
To deepen their affliction? I wouldn't.
Okay. And you're stupid. It's like, Doc, I can make fire with my hand. Show it to me. Just a second, Doc. It's coming, Doc. I'm thrilled. There's fire in my hand. Man, it's just not working today. I don't know what it is, Doc. Because after a while, they can realize, oh, I can't make fire with my hand. Because, Jay, you stupid. So this psychokinesis stuff, is it common?
No, Not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
Okay. Why would someone send psychokinetic patients here?
It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder.
So let's rewind about half an hour. What did you do on Valentine's Day, Jaya?
I didn't go out for Valentine's. I was at home. Wait. Actually, I did come up to the office at about 9. I'd forgotten a USB stick that had some files I was working on.
Ooh, she done killed somebody. Tell me about this paper spike.
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it.
Ooh, she asking for it. Okay, I think we're done with Jaya for today. Let's have R1. Professor Warwick. Who is this dude, Ski? Who are you, man?
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
So we got a new crazy person, huh? Dekker's dead, man.
Is he really? Actually dead? Not a worthy adversary after all, then.
What does that mean?
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
I don't even know what that means, man.
Do you really want to know?
No.
Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
What was the experiment, man? Don't be, don't be baiting me like that,
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
No, I haven't.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive.
Yeah.
Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
What? What did you apply that logic to?
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
What?
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So I simply upped the stakes. Now, every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
Why you look mad about it? So why did it stop working?
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
What does that mean? What did Dekker kill then?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox.
Dude, you are just as crazy as the patients. What's the hangman's paradox, though?
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death.
Okay.
Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week. but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Probably 25 years from now, a Tuesday. Well, for 25 years, all the taxpayers pay to keep me alive.
Well, it can't be Tuesday, because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then you know you'll be executed on Tuesday, so it won't be a surprise. Conversely, it can't be Monday either, because, well, you'll be expecting it to be Monday by deduction. Hence, a paradox. Dr. Dekker tricked me.
Okay. How'd he trick you?
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
For real? Why would Dekker hate you becoming rich and powerful, though?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science, almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
Okay. I don't even have to ask him why gambling. That's always obvious. What? Oh my god. Let's do the next day then. Yeah.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this. And don't try and escape. You're all tied up.
What?
Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream?
What just happened? I don't understand. Yes, it's a dream. I guess. I don't know.
That's a good doctor. Yes, it's all a big dream. So let's get down to business. Do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
No. Oh!
I think you like it when I hurt you, Doctor.
Little
That's a
bit.
worrying sign. People obviously have kinetic powers. That's how I'm here, testing you. Now, how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
I'm scared. I should encourage people because I think that's what you want me to say.
Oh, Doctor, how disappointing.
Uh-oh.
We've been through this already. Encouraging them to use their power just makes them worse. That's what Dr. Dekker did. Look at him now. I thought you were different. Oh, I thought we'd get on, but I'm wrong. Enjoy your sleep, Doctor.
Well, damn. Alright then. Alright. Let's keep on keeping on then. Yeah.
Morning, Doctor. You're looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money.
What?
Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And
Just tell me.
can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
Okay. Well, okay, guys. I believe that's it for this one. We will see this dirty thing right here in the next video, guys. I suppose we'll start with her in the next one. So, until then, guys, slap that like button if you enjoying the little story, what's going on here and all the goodness. And, you know, come on back for some more. And, yeah, hopefully that's when I'll see you. So, until then, peace.